Hello, everyone. How are you doing out there? Thank you for allowing me another opportunity to come to you right now, wherever you may be. I really appreciate each and every one of you. One of the things that I love to do is to be able to offer hope and inspiration. And this is something that I'm not giving because I can't give you anything. All I can do is offer it by sharing my personal testimony, my knowledge, my insight, and my understanding. And with that, I hope, and it's my prayer, that it can move, it can motivate, it can prompt you to rise up above whatever condition, whatever situation, and whatever circumstance that may surround you right now. My name is Mr. Rick. I am the CEO of the I Am Foundation Reach Out LLC, and I provide motivational coach, life support, and motivational speaking. So, with the motivational speaking or motivational coaching, is basically is sharing with you uh, different alternatives to be able to help yourself rise up above whatever you may be going through. See, I'm one of those individuals that I've experienced a variety of different situations, and I still do. As a human being, we're going to continue to experience a variety of situations. I've been into relationship situations, family situations, abusive situations, working situations, retail to customer relations. So I've been in a variety different situations in which I experience things, okay? And I'm not saying I'm greater than you, and I'm not saying that I know more than you. What I'm saying is that we as human beings are going to experience a variety of different situations. And as long as God gives us the breath to breathe and to continue to move forward, we're going to continue to be surrounded or allowing ourselves to be subjected to trials and tribulations or situations, or however you want to phrase it, but it's going to entail us to make some decisions. Some decisions on if we want to move forward, or decisions or if we want to choose to stand still, or decisions if we want to choose to move back. The bottom line is we're going to move. And so, with that motivational coaching or motivational speaking that I provide, it's no different what any one of us also provide. And you may say, no, Mr. Reggie, I am not a motivational speaker. I'm not a motivational coach. And I'm here to beg the difference. I'm letting you know that every human being, we are motivational speaker and we are motivational coaches. Now, here's the thing. What is a motivational speaker? What is a motivational coach? So, however you want to interchange that, or if you want to just keep it, motivational speaker, that's just as fine and dandy too. The bottom line is that who don't want to see someone else succeed? Who does not have anyone else's best interest at heart? I don't care about how you think or how you may feel, and saying that, man, that there's people on the face of this planet that's rotten to the core, that need to be whatever, however you want to hurl whatever type of consequence of a judgment onto them. What I'm telling you is that by the grace of God, He did not create any one of us to be rotten all every day of our lives, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. And I use that word rotten just to make an illustration. So I don't like to, get off into rotten, good, bad, and those type of words. But to illustrate my point, we as individuals sometimes we make those judgments on other people and saying, well, I don't want to listen to her. I don't want to listen to him because of this, because they did this, because this is where they at, this is what they did, this on and on and on and on. But let me tell you, God did not create not any human being to be 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, just mean spirited. We are at times, at different times in our lives, or different people that we're coming to associate with in our lives, we're going to share with them something positive, something wholesome, something that we believe is going to help guide them on their journey. Okay? So with that being said, that's a motivational speaker. We associate sometimes words or labels with different things. But the thing that I love to do is I love to help broaden the education or the knowledge that we have been brought up or we have been taught. So a motivational speaker is exactly that. We all inspire somebody, whether it's our son, our daughter, our brother, sister, our teacher, our schoolmate, our coach, to our teammates, to the clerk, to our co-workers, to the and on and on and on. We are all tending to, we have the ability to be able to, and we demonstrate it. So it's not like we just have a gift and we don't use it. We use it at various times. Whenever, I'm not going to get into what those times are, but we do utilize them. That is my base point. So with that being said, who don't want the best for somebody else? You may say, well, I'm with this clique, I'm with this group, I'm with this class, I'm with this entourage, I'm only a part of this sect or this family or this country or this state. However you want to separate yourself into that type of setting, what I'm sharing with you still, the bottom line is that we are going to share something positive, something wholesome, something that we believe that is going to be beneficial to the next person. Now, whether it's actually beneficial to the next person, I'm not getting off into that. All I'm trying to establish is a base here. And that basis is that we all have and we all do demonstrate that at some point or at certain times or with whomever in our life. So we are all motivational speakers. You didn't have to go to college. You didn't have to have a degree. You don't even have to have a high school diploma to be a motivational speaker. Even the little of the little is a motivational speaker. And here's something else too. When you say speaker, sometimes we are confined to verbal communication, and we think that that is the only form of communication. I'm here to share with you that that is not accurate. That is only a fraction of communication that we as human beings utilize in our means and at our disposal to be able to share a message to somebody else. We cannot ever say a word verbally, and our body language and our body cues gives off a message. So we can communicate with that. You can look at somebody and see the meanness or stern look in their face, and you automatically get the message like that person is serious, or that person is, stay away from that person. Or however, see, just that body chemistry or language that someone has given off gave us that message without even actually saying a word. With the text, oh my God, we're in a society where we're texting like it's just crazy. So you don't have to verbally say anything, and you don't even have to show your face when you texting something. You behind the black and the white that you are sending out across these social media apps or whatever form that you choose to display your message. Okay, that is communication as well. Okay, communication also can be in the form of you writing something. You can write something. You can not verbally say anything. You can not let your body show anything. You don't even have to show your face. You don't even have to show a spread of text. You can write it in the form of a letter and seal it and send it to whomever or whatnot. So there are a variety of different forms and ways in which we communicate. See, that's what I love to do because we get so confined in our thoughts to what a specific thing is, and that's only because the way in which we've been taught. That's only because of the ways in which we have been brought up. So words are powerful. Labels are powerful because we attach ourselves to those things, or we attribute certain things to a specific label. But for right now, the basic that I am trying to convey is that we communicate. We communicate on a regular basis, unconsciously, consciously, and subconsciously. We communicate. Okay? Um, so we are all motivational speakers and coaches. Now, the beauty about the reason why I started the I Am Foundation is because in our society, we have so many divisions. And those divisions are, okay, well, yeah, Mr. Reggie, you're right. But we only help these people, or I only help my crew, or my family, or my husband, or my wife, or I only help the school that I go to. I only help the team that I'm on. And on and on and on. We create these divisions, and we only choose to invest only in that type of circle. Well, what about everybody else outside of that circle? I know. I don't care. They got nothing to do with me. They ain't a part of me. They ain't my family. They don't connect with me. We on and on and on and on. Well, that is the reason why I started the I Am Foundation based upon exactly the way that you're thinking and what you're saying right now and what you demonstrate in your actions. The very ones that you don't want to reach out to support, to listen to console, to comfort, to understand, and to inspire or to be able to offer them some type of hope. I am the one that is choosing to do that. I want to be the one to do it. And I'm going to tell you why, just quickly. Because when I was growing up, I've had, and even my present tense time, people get locked into, well, I don't want to help Mr. Reggie out because he don't look right. Oh, what he did yesterday. Or what he may do tomorrow. Or what he did do. How he said, what he dressed, what he ride, what he had. On and on and on. You got all these judgments that are hurled up against me. And I hate it. I hate it. So when you type in and you go and you visit my website, www.imfoundationreachoutllc.com. The very first page that you're going to pull up is going to say no judgment zone. And I mean that with a heart of passion. And I don't care who you are or where you are. You coming into that foundation, and if you want to be a part of that organization, then it is about no judgment. That means all that personal stuff that you have, it goes out the window. And in the meantime, we are here to be able to reach out to every single person, especially those that others don't want to reach out to. Because you know what? Everybody needs love. Everybody deserves to be loved. God created us all as a gift of, of love. It was we are representative of the love that He has for each and every one of us. And that is powerful. And I believe in my Lord and my Savior Jesus Christ. Ain't no way in the world that I would be sitting here if it wasn't for my Father, the great I am, and my Lord and my Savior Jesus Christ. There is no way that I would be here. So they allowed me the privilege and the honor to be here. And I thank each and every one of you for welcoming me to be able to come to you. Now, granted, my words are going to be slurred. My grammar may not be accurate. I might not have no makeup on. I don't have a teleprompter. I don't have a crew behind me sharing, hey, say this, don't say that, do this, look this way, and face that way, and all that. I'm coming to you as I am. So this is a live broadcast right now, and I'm coming to you naturally because I want you to know that I am real as real can be. Okay, I'm not a robot. I'm not an IA figure. I am a human being who is experienced and who is experiencing a variety of different situations in my life as a human being. And I'm here to share with you my testimony, sharing with you as a witness to the knowledge, to the understanding, to the passion that I have because it is my intent to help everyone, And ain't no one person at a time, everyone at a time to be able to rise up and know first and foremost that your situation can always be worse. And then two, that your situation, it it depends on how you choose to see that situation. Because I'm a firm believer that God has written in his word. He said, greater is he who is in you than he who is in the world. Okay? I'm a firm believer in those words that have been written across those pages for time and time and time to come. So back to the motivational speaking, motivational coaching. We all do that. You know, it's not just a mother to her son or daughter. It's not just a father to his son or his daughter. It's not just a husband to his wife or a wife to a husband. It's not to just a brother to a sister, a cousin, uncle, nephew, on and on and on, or my teammates or my classmates or my schoolmates, and on and on with these divisions that we have confined ourselves within. Okay, we all share something to somebody. So even if we don't say a word, you can walk into a retail store and purchase your item and not even say one word. But guess what? Your body language, your facial expression, somebody is watching you. Somebody is watching you, just observing or processing or perceiving, and that is giving a message. So we give a message out without verbally saying anything out of our mouth. Okay? So with that being said, you can walk through, and let me give you an example. You can go into a retail store, as an example, and not say one word. You go up to get your items, walk down the aisle, and you see other people. Okay, other people see you. Guess what they don't see? You're not loud. You might be to yourself. You might be focused in on looking at the objects that you are choosing to select for whatever purposes that you want them for. They may see you with someone and you're communicating with them. They're close knitted. Whatever, somebody is still seeing you are, and you are giving off a message. So as you go through, you go to that cashier and you may not even say not one word to the cashier. The cashier may say it's such and such, such and such. And you may open up your wallet, your card, and give them the cash, take your items, and then walk out that door. And when you walk out that door, from the time you walk in to the time you walk out, you gave messages. People saw you, and even if you didn't say a word, you still gave a message. Somebody could have interpreted, oh, that's a very quiet person. Or somebody could have interpreted, that person is a mean spirited person. The person didn't even acknowledge or say two words. On and on and on. However, we do give off that message. Now, how other people interpret that message, that's different. That's not what we're talking about right now. All we're talking about is trying to establish a base foundation to let you see and to help you to come into the identification of who you are. God created each and every one of us as a gift, as a part of His creation. He created each and every one of us and He instilled and endowed upon us gifts, abilities, talents, and skills. Okay? So, with that being said, guess what? You think we're not supposed to use them? You think He's just going to give them to us and we just sit there and never ever use any of them? We're going to use them in some form or fashion. No matter who you are, no matter what you may think, you're going to use it in some form of fashion. Okay? I'm not going to get off into the differences of the fashions that we utilize them. That's a whole different topic. However, my point for the basic is that we are going to utilize them. God did not give us something and we're not going to use it. Come on now. The Creator created us. We are not the Creator. We are the creation. Who are we to say, God, you created me and gave me this? I don't care who you are. I'm not going to use it. You're going to use it whether you like it or not. God's going to do what it is that He has created and designed to do, whether you want to be a participant of it or not. But I guess I guarantee you, just like me, and I'm not just sitting on a soapbox saying, you. I'm saying me because I had a bad habit, and I do have a tendency to put my arms in my shoulders. I mean, my arms, and fold them up like this, and take that little stance, and like I'm not bulging, I'm not doing it, I'm not moving, and I don't care. But guess what? I eventually do something. I have to move. It is not designed for us to just stand there and trying to kick rocks in the sand. We are not created. We are created to be human beings and to continue to evolve. Okay? We are going to continue to evolve, and things are going to continue to evolve around us no matter how much we wrap in our head that we don't no longer want to be a part. We don't have the power to stop time. We don't have the power to be able to stop and freeze things and then say, oh, I'll come back to that 20 years from now. I'm talking about in terms of that power. I mean, mentally, we can psychologically brainwash ourselves to think that we're doing those things. But I'm telling you, everything still continues to move. And the only difference is that we lose out, we miss out because time is still moving on. Others are still moving on. And that's just the way in which we have been created to continue to evolve. So, motivational speaking, I will speak to you. I will speak to the ones that you don't want to speak to. I can go anywhere. So my services is not just exclusive. Yes, I have a place where you can walk in and we can conduct speaking sessions, and I also have online. So I have Zoom, I have Google Meet, I have other apps in which we can have one-on-one or a group session discussing whatever on this screen. And it doesn't matter where you are, what country, what state, what city, how old you are, where you're from, you are more than welcome, and we can put our heads together, we can put our resources together, and we can be able to share a message because when we get through sharing, we are going to take it, it's going to depart from that screen or depart from that room or depart from that office, and we're going to take it somewhere else. Okay? So, what I do, the beauty about what I love to do, I love to travel. So, that's one of my fortes. The next thing I love to do is I love to be social. I love to interact with people. I don't care who you are, how old you are, or where you're from. I want to meet you. I want to socialize with you. I want to communicate with you. I want to let you know that you are just as much as important as the next person and even including myself. I want to let you know that you are loved, that you deserve to be validated and acknowledged and heard and respected and comforted and consoled and supported, just like anybody else. And I am willing to get up out of my bed, to get on a plane, or get in a car, or get on a bus, or get on a train, or get on an Uber, or get on a boat, or whatever it is to get to your destination. And we can sit and have a cup of coffee. We can sit in your living room by the fireplace. We can meet in the school. We can meet in a college auditorium. We can meet in a church. We can meet outside in a park. We can meet anywhere that you feel that, hey, this is the place that I want to be, and this is the place that I'm willing to learn and receive that message and to be able to be supported. Okay? That's what I love to do. It does not matter where you are at. I will come to you. And, I want to go from one end of the world to the other end of the world, meeting and greeting and letting you know personally as I shake your hand. I'm a hugger, so I love to hug. I love to embrace people. I mean, because I love that connection as a human being to let you know that I am real and that you are real and that, your experiences is no different from mine. But God created us to be unified, as human beings. And we go through life talking about, oh, well, you're not my family member. Oh, you ain't my wife. You ain't my husband. You ain't my queen. You ain't on and on and on and on. Let me tell you something. I don't care who you are. I want to hug you to let you know, man, that let you know, woman, that hey, you are loved, that you are just as much as worthy, that you are just as much important, that you are just as much as an integral part of the creation that God has created us as His creature. Oh my God. Ooh, okay. So, I Am Foundation Reach Out LLC, www.IamFoundationReachOutLLC.com. And when you pull up that first page, you're going to get a contact me page. And you can fill it out, with your email, and everything's going to come to me. And I will address it as it comes. So if you want my services, sign up. If you want to be a part and support, sign up. If you want some consultation and trying to navigate what best course of action is that you are seeking, sign up. I'm here. I am here because this is what I love to do. I love to do because I relate to what you're going through. I was an individual that was growing up and experienced various abuses. I was an individual that, and even still today. And you may think like, well, I don't get abused today. Man, we get abused so much. Even I don't care how old you are, even if you get old. Some kids looking, oh, I can't wait till I get to be an adult or grown because nobody will pick on me or disrespect me. Well, let me tell you something. Now, I beg to differ. You can be grown and an adult and people are still picking on you and criticizing you, and probably even more so. And then some people say, man, I wish I was a kid again, because as a kid, they just have fun and live life. Ain't nobody messing and picking with them, picking on them. Guess what? Yes, they are here. Somebody hating on them just like they hating on us as an adult. And then the elderly man, I wish I was a teenager. I wish I was a kid again because people ain't picking on me, I'm a little frail and fragile now. And they talk to me like they did if I was like 17, I'd have knocked them up. Or whoever the case may be. Let me tell you something. We are experiencing various abuses no matter who we are, no matter how old we are, no matter where we are. Okay? And abuse comes in a variety of different things. Unfortunately, in our society, we compartmentalize again. Oh, well, this abuse is more severe and more important than that abuse. And that abuse, yeah, we don't take too keenly to it. It's not that big of a deal. Yeah, to you, it's not that big of a deal, but it is a big of a deal. You got people that are committing suicide because they are getting these faulty texts that people are sending out on these apps, social media about them. You got people committing suicide from being bullied. You got people that are committing suicide because they've been estranged and ostracized and alienated by family, by friends, and social interactions and things of that nature. You don't think that is serious? Oh, well, yes, the percentage is not as high as. I don't care if it's a 1% if one person has chosen to indulge in that fashion, then to me it is just as much as severe because everybody's life is just as much as of a value as the ones that we think that are these celebrities. Are the celebrities? Yeah, we gotta pay tribute to them and respect them highly because they are our best actors and singers and stuff like that. Football stars. Let me tell you something. They human just like you and I. They're gonna live, they're gonna die just like you and I. I don't care how much money they got. I don't care how many houses, cars, how many clothes and shoes and all that old stuff, how much makeup, how much hair they wear. I don't care what they have. When God decides to call it in, they are going just like you and I are going. And they are not going to take any of that with them, just like you and I are not going to take any of that with them. So my point is, the bottom line is that we all are human beings. And that is the beauty about what I do. I do it because the ones that you say that you don't want to do it to or do it for, I want to. I will. And I am. But and I just can't stress it enough. Okay, so I'm selling T-shirts and I'm raising money for the troubled youth or youth in general. So it don't necessarily have to be confined to troubled youth. Although those who are experiencing trouble, it requires a little bit more financial means to help them to navigate on their journey, maybe than someone that we don't consider as trouble. You follow what I'm saying? It takes a little bit more effort, it takes a little bit more time, it takes a little bit more perhaps resources and things of that nature. And unfortunately, we live in a world which is called money. And that world that we live in, it takes that in order to be able to get things done, in order to be able to financially assist someone. Okay, and so let's keep it realistic. Now. Let's keep it in the truth. Money ain't everything. Yeah, that is the truth. However, let me tell you something. If you have a car and you on empty on gas, you ain't gonna go to those every single gas station. Maybe one or two, maybe you passes on gas. But every time you run out of gas, you ain't gonna go to that gas station and say, "Hey, can I get a fill up?" Like money ain't everything. Just hit me like I'm a plug. Okay, we'll see how far that goes. Or if you paying a car note and you go to that dealership or to that place that financed that car, I'm not making no more payments, hit me like a plug, because money ain't everything. Let me tell you something. Let's keep it in context. Okay? So in context, yes, we can support people without raising not one dime. We can. We can open the door for someone. You can listen to someone. You can cry with someone. You can play games with someone. You can be active with someone. You can watch a movie with someone. On and on and on. You can do all those things and don't have to spend not one dime. And you will probably have the best experience that you can ever experience if you use money. Yeah, it might be a great experience because it didn't cost nothing. It's just natural chemistry of that foundation of love, and love don't cost a dime. Jesus Christ paid his life. He sacrificed for that price of love. So yes, it doesn't cost us anything because it was already paid for. All we have to do is just be thankful. That's it. Express a heart of gratitude. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. But not us. Why me? Why me? Why me? I want this. I want this. I want more. I want more. So back to my point before I digress. My point of the matter is that financially, we want to be able to help someone relocate that may want to relocate that's in a abusive relationship or that's in a household in which they're experiencing some type of abusive dynamics. We don't want them to stay in that dynamic because I used to be abused, and my mom used to be abused, and my brother used to be abused, and my mom used to go right back into that cycle of abuse as if that was the only place that she can go. But it was not. So we want to be able to help others to come up out of those environments where they are able to see that the world does not revolve like that. That is only a fraction of how the world has shaped and molded their perception. Okay? So we want to be able to assist those youth out there, that maybe want to be a part of a group. And a lot of these groups and stuff like that and organizations, you got to pay monthly fees, you got to pay deposits, you have to pay this in order to subscribe, you got to buy the uniform, on and on and on. So we want to be able to help and assist them. We want to allow the youth to rise up to be creative. I wrote a book, and it's called Inspirational Quotes by Redgeeee. It does not have to take, you don't have to be 65 or 80 or 90 years old to write a book. You can write a book at the age of 10. You can write a book at the internet and the way that things are right now, this AI stuff is so far in advance right now. I don't care how old you are, you can speak and make a book. You can just verbally talk and just get it edited and reproof it. Bam, there's your book. Okay? So it doesn't matter how old you are, that you can write a book or where you're from. So for right now, that's a creative outlet for someone to put their ideas or share their knowledge into a format where it can be circulated throughout the world for other people to view it as well. Because let me tell you something. Abuse is something that happened before me, and it's something that is going to happen after me. So that means there are going to be a variety of different people that's going to experience some type of abuse. So it's not going to stop. It's still going to exist. But your experience, your testimony, you sharing what you have experienced can make a world of difference to someone else in their life. One, to let them know they're not alone, and then two, to let them know that hey, that they are just as much can receive that support, just like you are receiving, because it not only helps you because it heals you as well, but it also helps someone else because it heals them. That may open them up. That may be something they never shared with anybody. But by you sharing your experience could have uplifted and opened the hearts and the minds and the doors of that individual to be able to share, to be able to seek out help or assistance, or to be able to let go and move forward. On and on and on. So you never know what your story is. Here's the beauty that I love to say, and I think I want to model this in every podcast that I do. It is estimated that over 8 billion people in the world. And I know that we actually not single-handedly take a tally of everybody. Uh, like a one, two, three, and what I have. So estimated. So when I say estimated, it's just like that. Okay? So even if it's accurate, over 8 billion people, and guess what? God created every last one. Nobody created themselves. Come from somewhere. So God created each and every one of us. And if you notice, even though we try to separate ourselves, oh, I'm from China, I'm from Russia, I'm from USA, I'm from Nigeria, and on and on. Guess what? We all have eyes, we have a nose, we have ears, we have a mouth, we have a tongue, we have teeth, we have nails, we have fingers, we have legs, and some of them, some of us may not have legs, some of us may not have a mouth, but we still have the same anatomy. We have our bodies, and we take in stuff and we allow it to go out in that fashion. So whoever you are as a human being, whatever you take in, guess what? You're putting it out. Whether you're putting it out in the same form like I put it out, in a toilet, on the floor, it's still see. So you don't. One thing about the truth, you do not have to argue this. You do not have to go and research anything about it. All you have to do is just open your mind and to be aware that certain things you just don't have to sit and waste your time to try to argue or decipher it because it is the same. When a mother has their children, you don't even have to go to Africa. You don't have to go to Russia. You don't have to go to China. That woman that has that ethic, that baby is going to be cuddling that baby. When that baby cries, it's going to be trying to nourish that baby. So even if we have some mothers that don't do that, well, I'm talking about from the truth perspective. Women, no matter where you're at, choose to embrace their baby in the means of trying to comfort and console that baby. Okay? Same thing with the father as well. So, so you don't have to go and say, well, we do that in USA, but I don't know if they do that. You know that they're doing over there because you know that God created us all as human beings, and we all have a lot of the same things, no matter do the same things, have the same um, anatomy of where you at or who you are. Okay, so my point is that uh, I want to be able to help those, no matter who they are, no matter where they're at. Okay, and so motivational speaking, life coaching, and support service. All three of them is the same thing. Okay, they just interchange. Support, if you're a motivational speaker, you're still supporting somebody, whether it's your son, your daughter, your mother, your aunt, your uncle, your favorite coworker, your aunt, your favorite teacher, or whoever, you still offer some type of support. I don't care if you're a kid, a teen, adult, or elderly, I don't care who you are, you still do it, We say kind things, we share certain things, we do certain things for people that we like or that we care about and that we want to value and want them to value us. On and on. We do it. We do it consciously, subconsciously, and unconsciously. We do it. That's just the way how God created us. But the point that I'm stressing is I started the I Am Foundation Reach Out is because I was in that arena or I'm in the arena where people exclude me. Whether it was my family, yes, I was excluded by my own family. Whether it was my friends, yes, I was excluded by my so-called friends, so-called family too as well. Yes, I was excluded by people that I worked with that was not co-workers and they were or people that's above me as far as supervisors and managers. Oh my God, that's a whole different story. I'm gonna say that for another day. But my point is that my neighbors, the people that I'm living around the corner with, oh look at him, here he come on, who you think he is, and on and on and on. What are these judgments hurled at me? But you cannot please. Let me tell you something. If you are in that mindset that you're trying to please every single body, your mom, your dad, your husband, your wife, your son, your daughter, your brother, oh my God, I pray that God has mercy upon your soul in Jesus' name. Trying to go through life, trying to do those type of gymnastics every single moment of your life, of every day. Oh my God, I can just feel the overwhelmness that you are experiencing carrying that every single moment. It's like a person with a chain and a ball around their ankle. You are carrying that because you are trying to, oh, I got to please this, I got to do this, I got to put on this, I have to act this way, I have to look this way, I have to on and on and on. Let me tell you something. Love don't cost a thing. And love, God said, love, He said, it is what it is. You are what you are. Okay? And so with God, I don't care what you, I don't care how much hair you put on, how much you take off, I don't care what clothes you wear. God sees you as you are. Okay? And so therefore, with that being said, I am saying that the foundation that I started, I Am Foundation Reach Out, LLC, the very first page you're going to get is the no judgment. That's the very first page. And I'm a prime exemplar of no judgment. I hate being judged. I hate it. People, oh, I'm not going to help him because, come on, I just need some assistance. Whether you like me or not, that's it has something to do. Just reach out for me and keep it moving. But no, and all this extra. Oh my God, it's just on and on and on. So I also sell T-shirts. It's on my Shopify. It's ZEZFZA hyphen dot 8U dot myshopify.com. And I'm creating T-shirts to be able to sell out there, and I'm raising money. So I'm not necessarily saying, "Hey, give me money, give me money." I am doing things to be able to share and to be able to offer people throughout the world, hey, and purchasing this money, 50%, everything is going to help those who experience crisis and those who are our youth out in our communities, whether you're in Africa, whether you're in USA, whether you're in Russia, Germany, there's youth all over the world. And it's just not in Nebraska or in just in St. Louis. It's all over the world. Okay? It's reflecting. reflect on yourself, and they're there. So just think about the things that were lacking in your life that you felt like, man, if I had this incorporated, then maybe I could may have greater excel. Well, some people are not as fortunate as you may have been, or that have not risen up like you have risen up. So, anyways, paying it forward and reaching back. Huh. I am Foundation Reach Out, and reaching out is extending arms and reaching out. And when it said I only reach out to this group, I only reach out to my family, I only reach out. No, that's not what that foundation says. It says I am Foundation Reach Out LLC, meaning he's reaching out to whomever. Arms are outstretched, arms are open wide. When Jesus came, what did he do? He outstretched his arms. Did he say only you can come and only she can come, only he can come? He said everybody is welcome. I come to save the world. I come as a representative to be able to offer that hope, that inspiration to others, to let them know that they have an opportunity to receive just like anyone else. Ooh, amen. Amen. All right. So, life coaching, motivational speaking, and support services. So, I wrote a book. It's called Inspirational Quotes by Redgeeee. That's my creative author name, Redgeeee. Okay. And so, I like to read a quote every time that I do a podcast. And if I miss, podcast and then read one, and moving forward, I want you to read one wisdom quote from my book from within every podcast that I do. I have a hardback, and it's on paperback, and it's on ebook. It's at Walmart, Amazon, Barnes& and Noble, Pepsi Book, and thrift bookstore, online stores only, right now as we speak. However, you will not get this book autographed. If you order, it's just going to be a book coming through the mail, and it's just as good, but it's coming through the mail, and it's just going to be that book, okay? But you can get that book autographed through me. My phone number is 1 USA 618 area code 472-6669. You can call me Monday through Friday, Monday through Sunday if you want to. I'll take weekend calls because it's for a cause. And our youth and those who experience various abuses, they are just as much as important Monday through Friday as well as Saturday, as Monday through Sunday. All right? Amen? So 50% of each one of these books that's being sold, whether you order it from me or you order it from online. But here's the beauty about it. When you get it from me, it's autographed. It's personal. Okay? And you call the number and you just let me know whatever it is that you want written on the inside. The front cover, inside cover, or the back cover. Whatever you want written, I will write it in there, and I will put the date that you purchased this book, and I will have it sent to you in the mail ASAP. Okay? So you can order that, and it's a 2-for-1 because you are being the difference because you are helping our people within our society throughout the world, and you are becoming wise. Because these quotes that are in this book wasn't just words that I just sat down and just drummed up. These was words that I was empowered, that inspired me from within. And I thought about it in different pivotal points and times in my life when I wanted to give up, when I wanted to quit, or when I had achievements in my life. Because everything in my life wasn't, as we define, a failure. Okay, I dropped out and then went back and got a GED. That was an achievement for me. There's somebody out here, I graduated high school and I got a PhD degree. Well, that's fine for you. That's your personal achievement. But for somebody that dropped out and decided to go back and then got a GED, and then I said, you know what, I went through college and went and got 2 associate degrees as well. To me, that's a huge feat for me. I pat myself on the back. For somebody who just gave up, who quit, said, you know what, let me go back, let me do, and I did. Okay? So there was different points in my life in which I made some personal achievements and that I want to reflect on. So you want to reflect on things that continue to inspire you, that continue to motivate you, that continue to allow you to rise up and to keep on moving forward and becoming the best that you can be. Not being defined by the situation or the circumstance or the event but defining that event, defining that situation, defining that experience, and looking at that experience and the event and looking at it in the eyes and say, you know what, get behind me. You have no power over me. Great is he who is in me than he who is in the world. Amen. Woo-hoo. So let me just read one of these quotes. And I just randomly go through the pages of various pages and there's various quotes. But a wisdom quote is a small tidbit. It's not a paragraph and five page or 5,000 word essay. It's because when you're in a moment of a situation, you ain't gonna be able to recite that 5,000 word essay or that 15 paragraph thing. You're gonna in that moment you're gonna reflect on something, just snippet to help you move from one moment to the next moment. That's all you're going to be able to do. So for right now, I believe in making it from one moment to the next moment. Some people think that, one day at a time. I'm telling you, 24 hours is one day. Can you imagine what all can happen in 24 hours? Of course we sleep, some of us don't sleep, but if you're sleeping 8, 9, 10, 11 hours, let's say for instance 10 hours, that's just 3 hours out of that 24, but 10, 11, 12, 13, do you know how much that can happen? I've been on a job where I worked and every minute some coworker was complaining, had something to say. So I had to navigate through that stress from one moment to the next moment. And we doing 12-hour shifts or 16-hour shifts and stuff. So I got to put up with all that crap. And then not just him, but her, because I'm working with multi people. And then you got the supervisor. And then you got the, oh my God, all that just there. And then I got to come home, got a wife. Then I got kids. And I got that. And then I leave that, and then I got to go and get gas. So here's the retail person, with their little snotty attitude. So I got to deal with that. Then I'm driving in the car, and then people want to cut me off, don't want to use signals, want to be up on my bumper just in case I hit my brakes. They're going to run into the rear end. They driving too close up on me. But anyway, I got to navigate through all that just in 24 hours within a day. Oh my God. So it is overwhelming to know that 24 hours is carrying all this. So one moment at a time, that's all I can muster. And that's what these wisdom others. For one moment at a time. Just one moment. At one moment, when you get to the next one. Because guess what? Tomorrow's not promised. I'm worried about 24 hours, and it's not guaranteed I'm going to live to see the next moment, let alone the next hour. Yes, that is the truth. People are dying every second, shorter second, what's shorter than second, as we speak, every single day, around the clock. Okay? So tomorrow, in the next moment, it's not promised. Yes. So I'm going to go to page 123. And I'm going to read the one that says, people that choose to separate themselves because of the title are the people with low self-worth. Ooh, yeah, I'm going to read that again. I'm going to read that one more time. People that choose to separate themselves because of the title are the people with low self-worth. You know how we, as individuals in our society, we just lash out at other people, and we look at them as if they are less than the less on the face of the planet. Okay? Well, here's something I'm going to throw out there. You have individuals, oh, I'm a doctor, or I have a PhD, or I'm a judge, or I'm a sheriff, or I'm a CEO, or I'm this, or I'm that. Those are what they call titles. Okay? And people attach those themselves to that title as if that is who they are. Guess what? That's not who they are. That's what they have invested themselves to be. That's who they are. Because let me tell you something. Here's three truths. And I say truth. Truth is something that don't change for you and it don't change for me. It's the same yesterday, today, and tomorrow. So I'm gonna give you three truths with that. The first truth is that when God comes to take calling in to your life, that title goes where? Right back into the wind. You can't go to God and say, "Oh God, I went to Harvard and I got a PhD, or I went to college and I'm a doctor." How dare you treat me, God, like you treat him or her? God gonna look at you and be like, you're gonna be held just as much as accountable as the next individual. That title means really squat to you. So guess what? That title is just something personal that you achieve. And unfortunately, we get so immersed into a title that we allow it to define who we are. Oh, I am the county sheriff, or I am the coroner, or I'm this, I'm that, and we just use that to boast our way, or use that to bully our way through life, or use that to get what we want, or to make things happen the way I am a citizen. I'm a U.S. the United States citizen. I'm the president of the United States. On and on and on. We take these titles and we make ourselves to be at that title. Wow. You have taken yourself, the part of a creator, which we are the creation. Think about it. And we done took a title, a word, because that's all it is. It's a word. A title is a word. That's all it is. Sheriff, judge, doctor, masters, CEO, owner, manager, supervisor. Guess what that is? It is a word. So we done took a word and we have made it out to be who we are. Guess what? When we came into this world, God didn't say, "You're my sheriff." God created you and said, "You're my child." He says that you are my children. See, he didn't put no uh, doctor and master and PhD and master and owner and all. I did this for 75 years. And that stuff means diddly squat. You can't take none of that with you. That stuff has no merit with God. You can't even use that as a bargaining chip with him. That does not have no merit whatsoever. Spoiler alert. Okay? So, another truth is that we tend to become the very thing that we put energy into. Listen to what I said. We choose to become. We choose to become. Listen to the key word. Become. When God created us, did we become? No. He said you was already created that way. So we ain't becoming nothing. We already are. Amen. See, you have become. God didn't create us to become. God created us to do what? To simply be. There's nothing to come. It's just simply be. And what is that? To be a representative of Him in giving love and receiving love. That is all that we were created to be. All that extra stuff, we come believe it. We as a society, we as individuals, we as people created that convolution. And we wonder why the world is so disarrayed and so chaotic and so divisional and so compartmentalized. And we don't even realize how we are contributing to society as a whole as to the way in which we frame things or see things and then we promote it. Huh. I'm a doctor. I've been practicing this for 50 years. How dare you tell me I know? That don't mean really squat. When you get to God, let me see you bargain that with God, and let's see how far that goes out. Okay? All right. So another truth is that with that title, it's just something that has no merit. You think that it has merit. Oh, I want to go up and I want to be this because I can get this done, this and this and this and this. and has no merit because I'm gonna tell you something. It's just grasping for the wind. It's here today and it's going to be gone tomorrow. And you may say, "Oh well, I'm going to hold on to it for the next 50 years." So whenever that 50 years is over, guess what? That is your tomorrow. So it's here today, it's gone tomorrow. And we don't have the power to define when our tomorrow is going to be. So you can engulf yourself and submerge yourself in that word or that title all you want to. Or you can hide yourself. And that's what we do. We try to hide ourselves behind it. Well, I am this, so therefore I'm exempt from that. Or I have worked to earn this and I become this, so therefore I'm excused from this and I'm able to hurl it out on other people. See how? See, that is. So, that is the truth. That it is just a title. And I'm going to tell you something. We all are motivational speakers. If you want to put the title out there, we all share something positive and wholesome to others, whether it's our family, people that we want to be associated with, and you can go on and decide what is right, what's wrong, and what healthy, what is unhealthy, what's wholesome and unwholesome. Y'all can do all that gymnastics. But what I'm simply saying is that we do it unconsciously, consciously, and subconsciously. Okay, so and so support, life coaching, and motivational speaking, it goes all together because we all do it all in one instance at the same given time. Okay, so I'm selling T-shirts on my Shopify to raise money. I have a book that I have written and it's out there right now to speak. You can get an autographed copy from me by calling 1USA 618 area code 472-6669 Monday through Sunday, and I can inscribe whatever you want, and I will have it shipped to you as soon as possible, and you will receive it. So you will receive a book that will help you and be empowered and inspire you. Okay, then you can share it with someone else, or you can buy it as a gift for someone, or you can buy it for schools. You can buy it for a hospital. Who don't need inspiration? Just you could just think funeral homes need inspiration. You know, people in their everyday life need inspiration because inspiration is what helps drive us. Empowerment, inspiration, hope, faith, encouragement, uplifting. We all, as human beings, we yearn for it. We thirst for it. We crave for it because God created us to be replenished by that because that is how we are able to continue to move through this life, being able to rise up above and still being able to be a conduit for His love and sharing to other people our personal testimony, our personal experience, our knowledge, our understanding, and that's all we can do. Can't make nobody, can't give anybody anything. All you can do is just share. It is up to God to bring the increase. You can't make your son, your daughter do anything. You may think you can, or I'm gonna take your iPod, or I'm gonna take your phone, and then behind our back they doing the very thing that you think that they not supposed to be doing because you did that. Don't you wise up? Think about how you were when you was a teen or a child or stuff like that. How you found ways how to rebel against. And when somebody is throwing abusive threats, and I don't care if your mom, your dad, your brother, sister, you can equate that how you want to equate it. Threats, and we are human beings. So no child or teen wants to be threatened. You know, you may, oh yeah, that's just my mom, my dad. That's just, but let me tell you something. Whatever goes in, it comes out. So you yield great demands with that respect and with that devotion and with that care, with that support and with that love. And you get the opposite. And even if you think that you're loving somebody, maybe you need to question if that is what you are loving somebody. Because let me tell you something, we are human beings. We are not perfect. So what we think that we may be doing right may not actually be right. What we think we may be teaching to somebody else may not be what's right to be taught. And on and on and on. And keep in mind, when you teach us something, we all internalize things at our own different pace because God has created each and every one of us uniquely. So we have a classroom, okay? And the teacher is teaching math. 2 plus 2 is 4. So everybody is learning 2 plus 2 is 4. So they on their pluses and they on their subtractions. Okay? So they learn it. So as a class, as a whole, everybody is at the same time, but we're going at different rates. I might be quick at, 2 plus 2 is 4. He may be, 2 plus 2, I'm not sure. And on and on and on. But guess what? At that level, it's an expectancy that you, before you go to the next level, to know what 2 plus 2, what it equals. Right? All right, here's the difference. The difference is that even though we're in a classroom learning that basic foundation, something happens in that classroom. Okay? Maybe the teacher, let's say, says that she may yell about it. Let's just throw it out. Okay? She yells, I said 2 plus 2 is 4, and everybody. Okay. Everybody in that classroom is going to interpret that. Maybe 20 in their classroom. And 10 may say, oh, she was just being stern. 2 may say, oh, she was being mean. 3 of them may say, oh, man, she's just being normal. She just telling it like it is. I like her. On and on and on. But we all individually in that room are going to interpret what we just witnessed. We learned that 2 plus 2 equals 4 because that's an expectancy. Okay? And in order for you to move forward, you're going to have to demonstrate that you have an understanding that 2 plus 2 equals 4. But guess what? The classroom are demonstrating what you have experienced is ongoing. It's a life. Okay? So I thank each and every one of you right now for allowing me a privilege and an honor to come and share a message of hope, a message of inspiration, and a message of empowerment. Okay? And so I just thank each and every one of you for allowing me to be right here with you right now. And I will start be coming to you even more so because it is about sharing a message. It's about inspiring, uplifting, and providing hope to as many as I can. And I don't believe in that one person at a time. We're in the days where we have this day that we have this internet where you be on these social media apps that is global. So that means you can be talking to somebody or you can post something that anybody from any country can interpret. They can see that. Okay? So words or messages, however you want communication, let's just put it in that context, has a profound impact to somebody, to people. Okay. So I just thank you. I will be here. I don't have the time mapped out specifically when I will be coming, so I can say, hey, be here at 7 p.m. every day, and I will be here, and then you would perhaps know. But right now, until, because I'm just now starting off, I'm just now finding a level of consistency where I can, because one job I had demanded so much of my time. Oh my God, it was like all I wanted to do was just sleep and eat and shower, and guess what? I'm right back up into that cycle of web of trying to be being enslaved just to make a dollar, sacrificing all of my happiness just for that sake of that dollar. But anyway, my point is that once I start mapping out a specific schedule, then I will let you know. So every podcast, I will say, hey, I'll be back tomorrow at 7 p.m. Central Time. Okay? And so you'll know when to tune in. But for right now, I do truly, truly apologize for those who have tuned in. And maybe you may have been that one that tuned in like 5 of my segments and was like, man, I don't know what time I want to see him. I want to hear what he has to say, but there's no consistency. So I don't know when to chime in. Well, for right now, I'm on the Facebook page and I'm on the TikTok page. So with the TikTok and with the Facebook, all you have to do is scroll down to my profile and you can see those posts because it's going to automatically be posted on those pages. But if you're trying to catch me live, before it even get posted, I will be able to give you some definitive times where I know that I'm gonna be because I hate disappointing and I hate being disappointed. So I don't want to tell you I'll be here at 7 p.m. tomorrow and I'm not here and you're sitting there and you're waiting for me. So when I get that concrete, I'll be more than happy to share with you. Hey, Mr. Reggie is going to be on at this time, so tune in and watch me. But for right now, thank you for your patience. Thank you for your consistency. Thank you for your due diligence to just chime in and to be a part of what I'm able to share and convey. And I only do this because of the glory of my Father. And that's the only reason why that I'm here. It's by my Father, the great I am, and through my Lord and my Savior Jesus Christ. Other than that, I will not be here and I would not be in a position to be able to share because you know what? I'm grateful. I'm grateful and I'm thankful for where I'm at and what he's doing and what he has done for me in my life and what he's continuing to do. So I want to make sure that I emphasize as I close gratitude, gratitude. Just say one thing that you're thankful for throughout the day or within the day or right now in this moment. So I'll be a forerunner. One of the things that I'm thankful for the opportunity to be able to share a message with you. The book I've been blessed to be able to have published, which came out last year, is I'm sharing it. That's another avenue that I'm sharing with people. The T-shirts that are being printed and ready to be dispersed when you purchase it is a part of that creativity. So I'm sharing it, and the money that's being received in return is not to make me rich. It's to go in to be able to give out to our youth within our world and to give out to those who experience various pieces because they need some type of financial assistance. And I understand, I can relate, and I am one of those who are being delivered. So I want you to join me and be the difference. Let us stand up together. I started an organization called Cabezo. People abuse voices everywhere speaking out. Stand up with me. Share this with your social media. Share this with your friends. Share this with your family. Share this with your acquaintances. Spread this. Then just filter it and then just speak it all over because the very ones that others don't want to reach out, guess what? I want to reach out to them. Because you know why? God and Jesus didn't exclude me. They didn't compartmentalize me. They didn't shun me. They didn't discard me. They didn't overlook me. They didn't kick me to the curb. They invited, they welcomed, they supported, they comforted, they consoled, they sat down, and they said, Reggie, I love you too, just as much as I love everybody else. So, with that being said, you're loved too. Thank you. Tune in. I appreciate your support. Appreciate your mad love. Thank you. And I look forward to hearing more.